So JP, back at you on the channel, Max Tr3 Revival, and welcome back. Fully intended on getting started today with some projects and trying to get some stuff knocked out, but as luck would have it, that's not working. So here's where the problem is. I have a light fixture that decided it didn't want to work anymore. Checked around, looked at some pricing. It's a big light fixture, carries 4 bulbs. I know you can get the LED ones, but I don't really want to go with that hassle of trying to swap everything out. So ballast was pretty cheap, and I'm pretty sure that's the issue, so I'm gonna change that out. Also had another project where my kid's now old enough where he's playing ball. We needed some place for him to put some equipment in our laundry room, so had to put a shelf up in there. And then trying to get back to finish welding this in right here. So if I can get my light fixed up, hopefully I'll jump back on that. We'll see. New ballast in, let's see what we got. Yeah, gotta be a little bit of a jack of all trades. So, I'd say that's a win. Do what you gotta do. Make sure you can keep the project rolling. All right, so now back to some car work. Well, I'm going to say this much. That is tight to try and get to weld or do anything with. So I got the bottom pretty good. That side is so tough to get through. And it's pretty solid, so I think I'll use a little seam sealer, paint over it, and call it a day. Top's really nice and tight, and I got the back edge to go. You learn how to TIG weld, I guess, or something. Because trying to get a wire in there and tack that up is tough. So I'm going to put a fork in it and call it done. I got a little paint on here so you can see all the repairs I did. So if you remember, this whole piece right here was replaced. The end cap was fixed up. I did chasing some repairs in here. Also chased a few along this side. You can see some of my grinding, filling holes. The mount was replaced via the part that Frank sent me. The bump stops were done on both sides. This was really hard to get into, so needless to say, it's not as pretty as the front. All in all, I'd say that's one frame that's been saved. Need to bring the frame out from underneath the lift and get it over in this section of the garage. Tighten up any welds before I take it to the sandblaster and double check some of the mounts and get the hole drilled for the front cap right there. Got a buddy of mine's gonna pull a trailer and get the trailer, put the frame on it, go get it cleaned up, bring it back here and see if we can get some paint on it. All right, well, thanks so much for all the input, all the parts following along. I'd like to get the frame mounted back up, the rear axle back on, start putting the front end together so I can get the body down from there and mount it back on and finish up some of the, start getting on some of the metal work on it. All right, one last little bit. Cut some pipe. There we go. So that will be for the reinforcement on the rear frame. That's what it's going to look like. Just clean up this end, push it in right about there, run a bead of weld right around here. That way it'll support this rear hanger if this ever cracks. So it's pretty much been 80 plus all day in the garage. So I got everything picked up, put away. The finished product sitting over here, waiting on transportation to the sand blaster. And I'm gonna have a frothy cold one of those. Yeah, I do want to add that the light has not cut out once today, so I think problem is solved.